are you? Based on some feedback that I've had from previous classes where a number of people have said it's a little difficult sometimes to navigate their way through Canvas and find what they're looking for. Just want to spend a few minutes, hopefully no more than 10, just giving you a quick overview as to how Canvas works in this course. So just let me hit a button and you should now be seeing the student view that I can see, which will be similar to what you see but not exactly the same. Now I'm recording this with a view to using it in future semesters, so clearly the date here might be incorrect or the student list, and there might be small differences here. Now, every course that you're in will have this welcome module, welcome to whatever your subject is, and it'll have very similar materials in it. The things that are unique to this is information about the teaching team and this particular area here, Canvas in the course, which presumably you've already found because that's where this video is going to be. You can also use, there's an FAQ here that you can use to share your questions and overviews, and these get rolled over every time. So basically then, and I remind me to come back to the chatbot, but basically what you will see is that we have each week is broken up into two parts. So there is a week, so the week that we're in, the topic, and then the recordings and slides for that topic. I'll start with the recording and slides first, because right now we haven't started yet, so you'll find that there's a slide pack there that you can access and have a look at, but there's no recording yet. The recording will be made for the face-to-face class and it will be uploaded within 48 hours of the class happening. So if your class is, for example, on a Monday night, I don't know when it is, but if it's a Monday night, then you should expect to see the lecture upload by the following Wednesday. So there's a little bit of a lag. Usually I get it done sooner, but I'm not going to promise sooner because it is quite an effort to do and it can take more time than you expect. So each of the weeks is set up pretty similarly. There's the stuff to read, and then there'll be an opportunity for you to test your understanding. Now the stuff to read, each of these topics, it works a bit like a website. So if I click on that, you will see there's a reasonable amount of text. There's often a video. This is my old mate, no longer works at the university. His name is Dave Goodwin, and he will give you a broad overview to what we're doing, and you will see in each case, it will list what your reading requirements are. And you can work through this like a little website. You read the materials, and then as you work through, you will end up with, as we get there, you will get to the test your understanding things. So if I go back to the module here, you will see that once you've done this reading and the reading that's prescribed, the cases and the text materials, that's a good time to go and test your understanding doing the quizzes. Now, they might not always be quizzes, they might be problem tasks, and as you go into week 2 and onwards, most weeks there will also be a 0% discussion task, which allows you to have a go at doing a problem and getting some feedback. Then as we move on, some weeks, and I'll be developing more and more of them, we also have what I like to call desk lectures. So again, the process, so this is weeks 2 and 3. So weeks 2 and 3 is where we have a big topic. It takes us 2 weeks to cover it off. Again, because it's a big topic, it's over 2 weeks, there's a lot more reading at the beginning. And then you'll find that we have some desk lectures. So the desk lectures, I'll pop in so you can have a look at what they look like. They're basically, funny stuff there. You see me, I'll be talking to some slides. It'll be a bit like having a lecture, only I don't leave my desk and you don't have to either. And as a consequence, that means that when we get into the face-to-face class, we can do a lot more activities. So again, in these weeks, you'll have a set of desk lectures, short lectures for topic 2, offer, which we'll do in week 2, and for acceptance and consensus, which we will do in week 3. Then you'll have some check your understanding. Again, this is an example of where it's not a quiz, just some problem tasks. By the time you actually get in here, there'll probably be a quiz as well. And we finish off, as always, with some help and general questions. So just the activity of going into the topic module, so you can see how this works. And here's an example of a week 7, where we have 2 topics, topic 5 and topic 6 in the same week. When you look it down, you'll see topic 5. There, it works exactly the same way. Some reading, some desk lectures, then you check your understanding. There's a spot for you to ask questions, and then we repeat it all over again. So hopefully that gives you a sense of how the class is going to work. Why do I take you through all of this? Because it's really important with this class that you are prepared. Because in class we will do a lot of activities. The way I see it, we've got this great opportunity with blended learning. You can get access to a whole lot of this material online. You've got a whole lot of support. We can all read on our own time, and then we can come back into the room to have some really meaningful discussions, play some games if we have to, really get into the active learning, which is the best way for you to maintain and retain the information. The other thing I wanted to show you about, just flicking back, is now this is a little bit experimental, and here I am saying I'm preparing for the future, but if this doesn't work, you're going to be the only team that ever see it. But, well, really because I can, in the process of creating what I'm calling the chatbot. It's basically a chatbot to ask and answer general questions about the course. Now, this at the moment, this is actually taking you outside of our MIT system. And basically, here she is. I call her Kath. She's my robot alter ego. Her name is Cathbot. You flick down here, start the Cathbot, and you can basically ask questions of all sorts of things. Yeah, the Cathbot, it's a bit of an indulgence project. So at the end of the day, if you want to ask a question, you basically follow the prompts, and whatever your assessment is about, you can start. Oh no, you've got to tell it your name first. I am Kath. I am to you, I am God. So it will ask you, I've forgotten this, whether you're face-to-face or OUA. Same bot for both. Yes, in theory, maybe it should know because of where you came from, but that would just be creepy. So you're all face-to-face students, let's say that. So we'll go on to your question. And so you might have a question, for example, about textbooks. So can you see that as it was asking the question, as you type in, it's the things that I programmed it to do with it. If this works and if you find it useful, chances are I will keep on building it. So let's say textbooks. I can't remember what I even put in there about textbooks. And it should give you some information about your textbooks. And isn't that funny? I've managed to pick the one thing that I haven't actually finished yet. So, task for you. You can see whether or not you get there in the end. So, what else do I want to show you here? So it started off going straight into the modules area. Yeah, let's just leave that. Sorry about that. One of the things that I think is really important for you to be aware of is the syllabus page. I think this is actually the singularly most useful page in the whole of your Canvas. So what this does is it lists for you all of the activities week by week for the class. I actually don't really know why we bother with that, because when you go down, you'll see in the course summary page, everything is listed. Now, I've gone to the trouble of including week by week the name of what your topic is and when your lecture is. So clearly, if you are from the future, it's so cool talking to people from the future. If you are from the future, these dates will probably be incorrect, and instead there will be the dates of your actual classes in there. There will also be the activities that you can do where I can set a due date. So it doesn't have the quizzes or anything like that, but at least it tells you where to go to do those additional things. So what else can I tell you here? Calendar. I won't click on it because it won't give you anything meaningful. That's really useful too because you're able to see all of your subjects, all of your materials in one place. Really helps you sort things out. Inbox, that's a great way of communicating with me and with each other. But again, the RMIT email system is good for that as well. This is where you can put a little avatar or your own photo, which makes it so much easier for me to identify who you are. And the dashboard will actually help you see and find your other subjects. Did you notice over here too, we've got the assessment weighting, and there is a group of discussions and problems there, so you check your understanding things which have a 0 weighting. So don't worry about those as being assessment tasks. They're there for you to do if you want to get feedback and if you want to check how well you're doing in the course. But I've gone over my promised 10 minutes now. I think that's enough for me. If you've got any questions, concerns, compliments, if you just want to say hello, well, now you know you can go to the chatbot. You could just send me an email or give me a call. Looking forward to meeting you in person real soon. Cheers.